Welcome to the AI Business News Desk. Terry Sweeney here, contributing editor with AI Business, and joining me now is Brennan Lodge, professor of IT and data analytics at New York University. Brennan, thanks so much for joining us on News Desk today.
Terry, my pleasure. Awesome to be here.
Appreciate it. We're talking about the impact of AI on cybersecurity, which is, not to put too fine a point on it, huge. Just curious though, from where you sit, what is the single biggest shift that AI is driving among cybersecurity processes, strategies, those kinds of things?
Yeah, it comes back to another acronym. I think it was in the military, FUD. So fear, uncertainty, and doubt. I think we all can remember that. CISO is kind of scrambling. Project managers trying to make sense of it, bring the cybersecurity folks to the table when it comes to AI projects. But I was talking about this in the panel today about the MIT report, 95% of AI projects failing, right? So it's kind of a knee-jerk reaction. Hey, what are we doing here? And in cybersecurity, unfortunately, we're seeing sometimes as that roadblock or the firewall.
Sure.
To get things done. So hey, we need to educate ourselves in the industry, and hopefully be enablers and also help on some of the scary things that are happening with AI.
Culturally, security is often considered kind of a buzzkill by non-security professionals because it tends to slow things down. Some critics say it even really hampers innovation. Is AI going to bust that up, or what's your sense there?
Yeah, it's a PR problem we've got in our industry, right? And yeah, we need to be a little bit more optimistic instead of pessimistic, right? And with that, becoming more preventative instead of reactionary.
Sure.
So with the innovation, the regulators are mounting up, right, on how to, step in.
Right.
And unfortunately, that curtails some of the innovation, especially with AI and how fast everything is going. The heat is getting cranked up. New models, here and there. Opus 4.5, game changer. Like, how many times are we hearing that
Sure.
on the daily take? So, it's really tough to keep up.
Yeah.
So not only are we trying to keep up with the new models, new innovations, the privacy, the data coming in. What are the laws, the impacts on regulatory environment, and what's right versus what's wrong? So a lot to take in and a lot to absorb, and
Sure.
and step it up.
All right. Well, shifting gears slightly, tell us about this deployment of Audit Caddy that you helped build.
Sure. Yeah, so it's a product we're building, new company, new regulations, go figure, that are always updating. I've got a virtual CISO practice, fractional CISO, helping some of these SMBs. I come from the enterprise, the big banks, so we're at the top of the scale when it comes to regulations.
Sure.
And just one of the frustrations I had helping these folks is, what are we doing in GRC? We've got some legacy products out there that are a bit bloated, very expensive, say that they're integrated with AI, but they're really not. And where LLMs come in is they understand language. They understand the legal
course.
aspect of it. They can interpret it or be this intermediary. The AI, right? I'm talking to it as a person. It's not, right? But they can help us navigate. What do I need to do to get SOC 2 compliant? What is this control? I've got this policy. I've got this technology we're implementing, antivirus. Hey, does this suffice the SOC 2 controls that I need to follow? And it's always like a one-to-many relationship on those controls. So sucking that into a vector database using RAG, right? Another acronym we're going to throw out there to make that easier, make it cheaper, make it faster, and hopefully learn something along the way to be more secure and have better hygiene,
Sure.
right, for your company.
Clearly, AI is poised to reshape the entire governance landscape.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, the answer, blatant,
Yeah.
right? I mean, the governance landscape, lawyers, right? Compliance folks. There's this new term in the cybersecurity industry, these influencers on LinkedIn, GRC engineering, right? So governance, risk, and compliance. Hey, we got to be more technical. We've got to engineer
Right.
solutions instead of just, paper pushers, right? And reading through and interpreting and getting it wrong a lot.
Yeah, sure. Um, uh, Building on that, your LinkedIn Learning courses teach about RAG, MCP, and AI security tooling. Talk about the skill sets that this next generation of cybersecurity professionals are going to need.
Yeah, it's a wake up moment. I'm more on the proponent of AI being the tide that rises all boats. Right? We've got these junior folks coming out of college, being AI experts, being cybersecurity experts, and we need that within the industry. Um, will it take away some jobs? Maybe, but the better skilled you are of, hey, how do we integrate AI into cybersecurity? The better off you're going to be by getting a role. The better off you're going to be, consulting management, the board, punching above your weight class, as I say, to talk to these executives and mention, look, we can implement AI, but these are the steps we need to put in place to be secure in order to do it.
All right. You've also done some work in securing AI in regulated sectors. You mentioned your banking background. Um, what are some of the threats that you're seeing emerge as AI becomes more a part of this infrastructure itself?
Yeah. So on the phishing, take, the attackers are getting, I wouldn't say more sophisticated. They're just using AI models to, not have like bad terms or misspelling or bad grammar
It's
mistakes.
gotten really good.
Right. And then you've got deep fakes as
Yeah.
well, right? And they're getting really good. So another threat vector, I would call it. But it's nothing new really to cybersecurity. We have the SQL injection back in the day
Right.
of SQL attacks,
Right.
very similar to where we're at now with prompt injection,
Right.
and we can use those age-old types of security controls and implementation that we did with SQL injection. Hey, let's block out these characters of things that aren't going to delete our entire database. Very similar on the prompt side. Hey, let's block out and prevent against these types of known prompt attacks, so that we're not going to be spitting out racist remarks from our chat bot.
Sure.
It goes to the gamut of how we can control it. A little nuance changed here and there, but hey, that's what we got to do to stay up with the new AI innovations.
All right. Brennan, take us out with some thoughts around how AI, cybersecurity, and compliance are poised to converge over time.
Yeah. Look, there's a lot of legacy products out there, and unfortunately, executives have been throwing money at the security problem. Now with AI in the mix, I think it can be more efficient. We can get better answers, better context, which is king, and just really understanding the laws, the regulations that are always changing, always evolving, and staying up with that. And using AI as a co-intelligence. I love the book by Ethan Mollick about, hey, this is our partner now. We've got to figure out how to
Okay.
use it to advance our knowledge, advance our tactics, maybe get creative, change a few things here and there, and really understand the law. And hopefully that will work itself through into better security posture. So look, I mean, just on the front pages of the Wall Street Journal, you've got breach after breach, almost on a daily note, and folks losing their data.
Sure.
That is really important, and are causing people to lose financial stability and credit. Right? I mean, the trickle down is immense, and I want it to be an ally. Of course, the attackers are going to use it and get better, but hey, we need to fight fire with fire, right?
Sure.
AI against AI.
Right.
So the battle continues.
All right. It also strikes me that the blue sky perspective seems to be that AI is going to help not just knock down the organizational silos, but the functional silos, whether it's in a SOC or across the security department. Is it likely to be an agent for that sort of thing, or is that just a little too much marketing at this point?
I think it's a little bit of that. I've been to a bunch of the security conferences, and it's a circus, right?
Yeah.
You've got what I call it, Salt Bay, like sprinkling AI into all the vendors' tools, right? For right or wrong reasons. M&A, I think we're at an inflection point with our tooling as far as throwing money at the problem. Hey, we need to do better, right? And I think AI can be the catalyst for our products and defenses to get better.
Brennan, great stuff. Thanks so much for joining us on News Desk today.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
We've been talking with Brennan Lodge from NYU. This has been Terry Sweeney for the AI Business News Desk. Thanks for joining us for this segment. We'll see you next time.